Hey guys, this is important. Starting this Monday, the video version of this show will only be available on Patreon, Rumble, and NickDip.com. That's it. So if you currently watch the show on Facebook or Instagram or BitChute or any other platform, please come find me on Patreon, Rumble, or NickDip.com. Nothing is changing for those of you who listen to the show's audio version on iTunes or anywhere else like this. This is just for the video format of my show. Once again, if you watch the show on Facebook or Instagram or anywhere other than Patreon, Rumble, or NickDip.com, please plan accordingly so you can keep watching me starting Monday, January 23rd. This is very important. I put my tooth in for you. Thank you, guys.
We'll do it live.
Okay.
No. We'll do it live. Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live. Right. Fucking thing sucks.
Yelling at Dallas about the coffee machine. Sorry. We'll make it live. It is fine, but it ain't home. No, you looks home, but it ain't mine no more. I am my cried. How are you, folks? Welcome to the Filthy Show on a filthy Wednesday. I got to go right from... God damn it, I tried it again. I'd be proud if I was doing a hockey interview or if I was a girl from Kentucky. What? By the way, there were no ugly girls down there. Well, there's always a few, but they put those in the parking lot before the show at my request. What? Don't be an asshole. Anyhow, I got to go. And I just told Dallas, if I sit down and they go, we got to take an x-ray, he's going to see me on the local news tonight being fucking let out of the dentist's office in cuffs. Because I've had enough x-rays on my face. I keep going, hey, no. And then my dentist decides to sell his business in the middle of all this. And they lost the x-rays, so I had to have them done again. So I've already had a couple doses, not to mention, I think, my regular cleaning.
You sure they're not giving you chemo?
That's a good point. I wonder why I feel so shitty all the time. Jesus, don't get me more paranoid than I am. Fucking Dallas. How about the black, young black girl, cute dental hygienist? I go... She didn't even put the thing on me, the lead apron thing. I go, don't. She goes, tell me this is the dumbest. She goes, there's about as much, what's the word I'm looking for? Okay. Yeah, X-ray radiation in it as there is a banana. And I took it literally, like I thought maybe bananas have radiation. I don't know. I did. I go, bananas have. She was just trying to be funny, I guess. And again, they say don't worry about it, there's not that much radiation. And then again, they dive behind a 40-foot retaining wall to take the picture. Go suck a dick. Anyways, let's get on with it, stupid. West Coast stupid. Yes. Oh my God.
Uh-oh, retard alert. Retard alert.
West Coast stupid, as we call it. That's the new segment. Governor Gavin Newsom ratified fellow Democrat State Senator Nancy Skinner's bill SB 960 on September 29th of 2022, thereby scrapping the requirement that police, get this, highway patrol, and correction officers have to be U.S. citizens or permanent residents. You got to be sucking my eggs. You got to be.
It's just so ridiculous.
Look at the devil. This law went into effect on January 1st, meaning foreign nationals can now police American citizens. And this is separate from what I saw on Laura Ingraham last week. I just caught the last second of her show. And they were talking about Chinese secret police exporting their cops to our cities. Folks, it's on. So again, sharpen your bayonets. It's fucking over. So yeah, foreign nationals can now, I'd like to see you try it. It was noted, I want to hear my Miranda rights in fucking Spanish. Do you understand? No comprende, motherfucker. Do it again. It was noted in March of 2022 in California that among the categories of work-authorized non-citizens, again, work-authorized that would likely be eligible are permanent workers, immigrant visa based on employment, it says asylees and refugees, and individuals are protected under the program of Deferred Action for Childhood Arrival, otherwise known as DACA. Again, thank you, Obama, you fucking Marxist piece of cheese. Were this the case, certain illegal aliens, trigger warning, you're going to lose your shit, criminally trespassing in the United States, in other words, illegal trespassing in the United States, could become police officers, okay?
No.
You need to know it. Oh, yeah.
No.
However, State Senator Skinner's spokesman, Robert Gammon, told Reuters that SB 960, and he wants you to relax, listen, only allows non-citizens with full federal legal work authorization. Oh, yeah, they couldn't get around that. To become police officers in California. Per Gammon's suggestion, the law expressly states that foreign nationals applying for American police jobs in California must be legally authorized to work in the United States under federal law. Yeah, what's your point? The whole thing is...
Fucking people.
Oh, mama.
You have no idea how to defend a nation.
They're like, oh, don't worry about it. They'll be, as long as they're authorized to work here at a federal level, it's wrong on its face. Never mind all that shit. I don't need the details. Stop at sentence 1. What the fuck are you doing? This is an obstacle Democrats in Washington appear keen to circumvent, having recently sought to change federal law to enable criminal non-citizens to receive federal legal work authorizations. Like being a cop. Folks, I don't even know what to say anymore. In late 2021, Democrats added a provision to President Joe Biden's social safety net and climate package to open a path to legal work for roughly 7 million illegal aliens living in the United States. A transmorgified form, I didn't bother looking it up because I'm never going to hear it again, of the bill, the so-called Inflation Reduction Act, how'd that work out, of 2022, ultimately passed the Senate. However, the illegal alien work permit provision had been discarded. Even without this provision, the Biden administration has nevertheless managed to dole out temporary work permits, i.e. federal work authorizations, to illegal aliens. They just have no regard for us whatsoever. Reported the New York Times.
Problem. You're the fucking problem. You fucking doctor.
They really are.
Unkin jam rag, unkin spunk bubble.
While not all criminal non-citizens may presently be able to exploit California's Democrats' new foreign police law, the Western Journal noted 2 other glaring issues. And these are legit points. First, it'll take jobs away from American citizens and give them to non-citizens. Well, again, don't get excited because let's remember we're under a cultural revolution. It's a globalization. That's all it is. You'll be getting arrested by Sonoma drug cartel members over here on a work fee. This will only leave more working class Americans without jobs and opportunities. Second, many non-citizens have not grown up here and therefore do not completely understand the Constitution. They don't. I don't know an American that does. Other than when they get pulled over by a white cop and they're black. I know my rights. Section 3 and 5. Yeah, the rights that those evil white guys that you hate so much created? Nah. How the judicial system works or how the American government works. Well, neither does anybody here. You know what? That doesn't even bother me. All I can just say is...
Now go home and get your fucking shine box.
That's what I'll say to a guy with a sombrero arresting me. Get in the cop car. Guys, it's beyond. I've been using this phrase for at least 20 years, and so did my late, great buddy Zook. It's over. It wasn't. It was over back then, so we're past it. We have one foot in socialism/Marxism, whatever you want to call it. And if you don't believe it, watch this next story. If this doesn't send a chill up your ass. It's... I'm sure most of you read 1984. How about me last night? I'm talking about the story of my wife. And I go, it's like the book 1983. She goes, you want to say that again? I didn't even know. I didn't even catch it. I go, what do you mean say it again? Did I just say 83? Why would I say 83? That's a year I had a good year up at UMaine football. That's about all I remember from that. The book 1983. She's, yeah, how about the movie 1982? Wasn't there a movie with Belushi called 1980 something? There was. He was like a fighter pilot. It was really stupid. Anyhow, check this out if you don't believe in globalization. And I hope you've seen or read 1984. Do you guys know who Klaus Schwab is? That's his name, right? I didn't just make that up. And no, it's not one of the Schwab brothers who keeps your IRA and your 401k. Santa Claus. As you know, I don't know, or you may not know, they're meeting in Davos this week, the World Economic Forum, WEF, I believe it's called. That's the guy, they're the ones who are in charge of what they call the Great Reset. They're the reason China owns half the farmland in this country and the supply chains are getting clogged up. I know you think it's Biden, but he's just doing what they're telling him to do. You guys understand how that, right? And Soros and all the other cocksuckers. Time to break out them guns. So anyways, this is a clip of this weekend, I think, in Davos. Klaus Schwab, who's the head of the World Economic Forum, I believe. It's like the fucking head coach. With the creepiest act, you couldn't make a, this is creepier than the movie. This is creepier than the movie, 1973. What? Yeah, a villain. You couldn't make a better villain. He's got that Austrian, I think he's Austrian. I don't know what the difference between that and German is. I still don't know. Really nothing. But wait till you hear the voice. If you're going to make it, like Adele says, if you're going to make it a villain in a fucking movie, you couldn't. And they're watching it in the movie or the book, whatever, or the movie 1984. The guy who's the head of the, you know, the tyrannical guy that runs the fucking globe at that point is always up on a big screen talking to people. There's an AT&T commercial with that cute girl, the fucking melons, where they have her up on a big screen and it shows people looking up like in Times Square. Again, that's part of it, right, Dale?
V for Vendetta is also represents kind of a 1984 concept where...
What's it called?
V for Vendetta.
V for?
V for Vendetta.
Oh, V for... Well, you got to slow down there. I heard V for Vendetta. V for. I thought it was a girl's name. You know V for Vendetta, you went to high school, that bro? Italian bro with a mustache. V for Vendetta, yeah. V for Vendetta, yeah. That's what?
Yeah, it's a film based on a graphic novel, but it kind of covers a lot of the same dystopic ideas.
Yeah.
But they're the president represented in that also is only ever on screen doing the same thing.
Yeah, yeah. It's, well, anyways, this is the real thing. This is no movie. This is the real thing. If this doesn't send you dead inside, let's check out. This is Klaus Schwab.
History is truly at a turning point. We do not yet know the full extent and the systemic and structural changes which will happen.
See, he just told you to shut the fuck up.
That's me when I was younger. That's Klaus Schwab. And my question is, why is he still walking around? I'm not implying anything, but most of the planet's against his shit. Again, it's the elites dominating us. So I don't know why he just, well, like you said, he appears nowhere in person, right?
Don't you move, you motherfucker! I'll blow your brain! Come back here and tell our enemies that they may take our lives, but they'll never take our freedom!
I didn't say anything. I was just playing some buttons. Just dancing around the laws. That piece of shit. How creepy is that? If he was a villain, you're like, yeah, you know, you're too over the top with that accent. Since when did the word structural have 11 fucking syllables in it? He sounded like he was leading into Auschwitz. Yeah. My aching stem. Anyways, that's kind of fucking creepy, isn't it? Isn't that creepy, folks? I hope you Anyways, guys and gals, everything in between, because I love everything on the earth, as you know that, except for really short Swedish guys. I'll be back on the road early next month because Tommy's kid needs braces. Here's where you can see me. February 3rd and 4th. I thought it was the middle of February. The Grove Comedy Club in Lowell, Arkansas. I'm a little scared about that one. I always say that, and then it's great. And the people are just like me, hateful. Lowell, Arkansas. March 11th and 12th, the Comedy Club of Kansas City. That's in Kansas City, Missouri. By the way, they have the best ribs at a place called Gates in Kansas City, Missouri. I told you I used to go there every time I play clubs in Kansas City. You walk in, and there's like a whole bunch of young black kids behind the counter, and they do this all at once, in unison. Hi, may we help you? I felt like it just makes me feel like, a king slave owner. No, honest to God, they couldn't be nicer. And the fucking ribs, I wanted to sit on them bare ass. They were so delicious. April 21 and 22, the Funny Bone in St. Louis, Missouri, and St. Charles, Missouri. May 12th, the Hilton Daytona Beach Oceanfront Resort, Daytona Beach, Florida. Oh, my God. Be getting fucking heckled and sand thrown in my face. You can get tickets to these shows at nickdip.com. Click on the tour button. Let's end it with something light and easy. I don't know. Nick's Bitchin' Kitchen. I put up a clip last weekend of me braising short ribs, or 2 weeks ago. It gets more fucking likes, than me fucking naked cutting the lawn. That's not right. Or maybe it is. Speaking of braised ribs, folks. So, and then the next day there's like a fucking 50 emails going, you got to do a cooking segment. Everybody nods. My wife, Dallas, Tommy, fucking the French chef, that dumb cunt. Okay, but it's got to be a little more to it. It's got to be a table of people sitting around me busting their balls. There's nothing funny about me adding egg to flour. We ought to do a segment once you open your place of me in the kitchen as the sous chef chopping vegetables and giving you the finger every time you turn your... Nick's Bitchin' Kitchen. Put up the picture of... I'll show you some one at a time, right, Dallas? I'll explain what happened here. My dog was sick. I gave her chocolate. You know what that is? That's butternut squash. Okay? I can't believe I'm doing this. This turned into a gay show. I'll add some fucking racial slurs. You know who loves this? The Japs. No.
Delicious.
Thank you.
Butternut squash, right? Cut it in, you cut it the crossway, like 1/4-inch rounds, right? Lay it out on a sheet pan. Just oil, salt, and pepper, and you roast it. Like in a glass dish like that, right? You take it out. When it's still warm, you just make basically a salad dressing. Olive oil, vinegar, red onion sliced paper thin like that. That's either mint or parsley. I can't remember. It's a Mario Batali recipe, by the way. It's something squash agrodolce, which means sweet and sour. So you dump the friggin' Italian dressing on that while it's still warm, and it soaks into the squash. And my brother-in-law, who doesn't eat vegetables, and I remember my sister and him came to my house, he ate like fuck. He thought it was the best. I go, what? Then I caught him behind the house going, that is so friggin' good, and it'll clean you out. You'll pass stuff you ate in 3rd grade. I shit you not. I really enjoyed it.
Bon appetit.
What's next? How about that? That doesn't look good. That's my fake tooth that fell in the chicken pot pie. No, that is lobster pot pie. Right up your alley, right, Dallas? Look at that flaky. That's flaky than my balls after I get a sunburn. Who's with me? Look at that.
Delicious.
Thank you.
That's my own crust, by the way. Or you can get whatever. What do you call the, you probably know. Real flaky, you can buy it, whatever. That's just as good, too. But I like to get fancy sometimes. Actually, no, that's actually phyllo dough, actually. But yeah, it's chicken pot pie instead of chicken. Oh, what am I saying? That's lobster. Yeah, that didn't make me hard as a fucking whale's tooth, did it? I mean, how do you not? That's why I take off my shirt when I'm in the Gap fitting room.
Seriously, guys, come to the show. He's buying shit from Gap.
Fuck you, I meant Old Navy. I don't get molested at Old Navy, at the Gap. Well, I go to the kids' Gap. What's with the lighting in those fitting rooms? You ever look at yourself? I've said this before. You could be Schwarzenegger when he was 25. If you looked in the mirror at one of those plates, you fucking look like Lucille Ball. Fucking gross. That is so fucking good. What's next? Hope you people aren't bored with this. I decided, here's the best thing I ever cooked. I don't like the picture. I zoomed in too much. That's tinfoil that's sitting on. Florence or Rome? No, we were in Florence. Me and the wife. Makes it sound like we're famous. I was over there for an ass operation. I had tux. No, we went over to Italy. We had lunch outside at some place in Florence. And I ordered this, God damn it, why didn't I write the name down? Polpo, something to Polpo. Polpo is octopus. It comes in like a tinfoil envelope. So you buy your octopus, right? Like a 2-pound octopus. You friggin' simmer it for about an hour, in at a low simmer. And then leave it in there for another half hour, just sitting in the hot water when you shut the heat off. Makes it tender. Really tender. You cut it up into bite-sized pieces. Red pepper, Kamala olives, potatoes, red onions, then lemon and parsley, and you make an envelope out of tinfoil. So you if you're making it of 2, you get 2 big packets, and you put them on a cookie sheet for like 35 minutes or whatever, at 375, and it steams it. Dude, that's the one that would blow your fiance out of the water. Andy she used to make me make it like twice a month. Now we're down to twice every 8 years. We don't get along. Listen, no, we do. That's, dude, it is, what else? What else is in there? Lemon, parsley, oregano, I forget. But it is so, and the guy told me how to do it, the waiter. In Italy, that's like asking, can I see your wife's tits? I thought I was going to get bitch slapped. This motherfucker he explained it. Christ's sake, he had about as much of an Italian accent as somebody working at Applebee's here in Garden City. And he told me how to do it, and the key to leaving it in there for like an extra half hour in the hot water to make it really soft. It's so friggin' good. The Pope, I'm going to serve that to him. He's coming to Savannah. What else we got? So yeah, that was, what's the name of that? Octopus is, fuck it. That's, you're like, what's that? Well, it's a cut I had. I dumped it into this is roasted tomato soup. You get actual plum tomatoes in the summertime when they're ripe. Again, I put them in a bowl, I hit them with olive oil, salt, and all kinds of shit, and then you lay them on a cookie sheet and roast them for, 20 minutes at about 400 degrees, and they get all roasted-y, whatever the fuckity. And then you put them in a food processor. Dallas knows. Dallas is a man of the world. He knows but it's actual tomatoes. That's not even out of a can. That's actual, look how fucking delicious that is. That's all it is. I throw garlic in the food processor with it. But you roasted tomatoes, and there's probably something else in there. Maybe a little chicken stock to give it some volume. Boy, I fucking feel gay talking about this shit. What are you, writing it down?
Yep, actually.
All right, good. It's not, oh my God, I laughed and I just saw did I lose another one? What the fuck? I can't wait to get there. Oh my God. Ate like a pig last night. This has to stop. Anyways, that is so good, so freaking easy. What do we got next? It's my dog. I cut her in half last night, and this is what first we took her fur off. She ingested stuffing on Thanksgiving. That is, you guys know what brajol is. I should have brought the brajol one up first. A brajol is when you pound out a piece of, piece of ass. Yeah, and you do it so good, she goes, make me a brajol. So you bang out a skirt steak, whatever, kind of a tough, but you flatten it with a hammer. And then you put whatever you want in it. The traditional Italians, or wherever this came from, They have currants in it and pine nuts but you can put whatever. Hard-boiled egg. This is what a lot of Italians do. Hard-boiled egg, like salami. Then you make a little bit of a bread stuffing, like you would, for a turkey. You put that in there, and then provolone cheese, and whatever the fuck you want. Then you roll it up in a piece of meat, and you tie it, you brown it off, and then put it in the oven. This, I'm very proud of this, because this is Paolo de Burgio. In other words, it's not pork or beef, it's a chicken. But you have to debone the chicken. When I say debone, I don't mean cut it up into 8 pieces. I mean take the bones out of it and keep the chicken whole, which I had to look up on a video. And, of course, on the way to that video, I stopped at Pornhub for like an hour and a half. So, God, there was a glaze on this thing that nobody could explain. Anyway, what the fuck? But seriously, I deboned a chicken. And you know what? It was the first time I ever did it. And since then, I don't do it as good as I did the very first time. I don't know why. But you can go online, you go debone a chicken. I remember going online saying how to debone a chicken. A chef is on there. I go, this guy looks like he knows what he's doing. He cuts it up. It's not deboning a chicken, you shithead. Go back to Arby's. So you take the bones out, keeping the chicken whole and the skin, and you lay it out, and you put whatever you want in it. Roll it up, tie it off again, and roast it in the dude. That's on a difficulty level on 1 to 5. That's about a 4.5. But you put your prick in there after, it's so good. What? Cut. Go ahead. That's my homemade pasta. Look at that. That actually looks like fucking real, doesn't it? It should. I took a picture as I was walking by a place today on the way to work. No, this is I have the fucking KitchenAid. This is so gay. Most guys have a toolbox. I got a fucking KitchenAid. About $400 worth. And there's an attachment. First you make I don't even remember the recipe for the goddamn pasta. Eggs and flour. The real guineas they take a thing of flour and they make a fucking pool in the middle. You know what I mean? And you drop the eggs or the egg yolks. I can't remember what I use. And then you bring a little bit in other words, you get what I'm saying? The flour. And you make a hole in the middle, and you put the eggs in that right on the counter, and you bring a little bit of flour into the eggs. That's guaranteed. It's how your future mother-in-law does it or whatever. And then I do it in a bowl. I'm like, fuck that. What am I, in fucking Rome being chased by the... So, yeah, you do that, and then I have a thing that goes on it. You guys seen this on TV, an attachment that goes on the KitchenAid. So you have like a ball of dough. You cut a slice off, you roll it out flat, and then you put on this attachment on your KitchenAid thing, your mixer, and you feed it in, and it's got different settings, and you first you do it on the thick one, then the next the thick one, and eventually, and it comes out about this, you got a sheet like this, and you can almost see through it if you're doing it right. Not quite, And then you cut it with a pizza cutter, however thick you want. That's like tagliatelle or whatever, pappardelle, but it's fresh. And once you eat that, and pasta is delicious even out of the box. But once you have fresh pasta, beauty of it, you drop in the water for about a minute. That's the beauty of it. And then fucking hit that, with a bolognese that I made. Please, I should be single, getting a lot of snatch. Listen. What?
Delicious.
I know.
Delicious.
Thank you.
This is what we eat right after we buried our friend Billy Batch.
Bon appetit.
What else we got? I got to get out of here. There's the brajol. That's the one made of meat. That's the original. Do you see the pieces of egg in there? You brown it off you brown it off in a Dutch oven. You guys have a Dutch oven. It's just a regular pot, enamel. Cast iron covered in enamel, I should say. Those were about $300 too. But you tie up the meat, you brown it off, and then drop that in a sauce, a tomato sauce for a couple hours. Yeah, dude, you have no idea what you're going to look like. That looks like I don't mean to be gross, but it looks like something they found in the Idaho bedrooms. Listen, for the love of God, Nick, you doing? That stays, by the way. You don't edit shit out. That's why people love me. Finally tonight, is that it? Oh, thank God. I got to get out of here. When I go to the dentist right now, he's going to have to pull some of that out of my teeth. Anyways.
Bon appetit.
That's it, kids. I got to go. I don't know. It's not going to get fixed today, but we're going to talk about it for another $200. Fuckheads. Don't forget Cameo.com. If you want me to roast a friend or relative, go to Cameo.com. You guys think it? I will say it. You're very welcome. See you back here for the final day of the week tomorrow. Can't wait. Bye.
Hi. Good night, everybody.